Many men spend their younger years believing that relationships are the key to happiness. But after 60, reality begins to look very different. At this stage of life, peace becomes more valuable than excitement, and freedom becomes more important than emotional drama. Society has a very specific, very manipulative script for older men. We are told that if we reach our golden years and choose not to date, not to remarry, and not to seek out a girlfriend, we have somehow failed. We are threatened with the ultimate societal boogeyman. You are going to die alone. But the men who actually live this reality know the truth. They know that dying alone is nowhere near as terrifying as living in misery. When a man crosses the threshold of 60, his psychology, his biology, and his financial reality undergo a massive shift. The cost-benefit analysis of modern dating entirely flips. Today, we are going to explore the unfiltered, brutal reality of dating later in life. We are going to break down the 5 undeniable reasons why senior men should completely avoid taking a girlfriend. This isn't about bitterness. It is about survival, asset protection, and mastering the final, most important chapters of your life. Let's open the ledger. Reason number 1. Peace of mind is absolutely irreplaceable. Look back at your 20s, your 30s, and your 40s. What was your life? It was an endless battlefield. You fought corporate wars to build your career. You fought financial wars to pay your mortgage. And if you were married or dating, you fought emotional wars. Relationships, by their very nature, introduce friction. They require compromise. But in the modern dating market, they often require a man to surrender his emotional stability. Many men have spent decades walking on eggshells, managing a woman's fluctuating moods, absorbing her stress, and dealing with manufactured drama just to keep the peace in their own homes. But when you reach 60, your nervous system can no longer handle chronic cortisol. Inviting a new girlfriend into your life at this age means inviting the drama back in. It means new arguments, new demands, new emotional testing, and new expectations. Why would a man who has finally survived the storm sail his ship back into a hurricane? When you remain single, you unlock absolute, unadulterated freedom. If you want to sleep until 10 a.m., you do. If you want to spend the entire weekend restoring a vintage car, reading philosophy, or traveling to a different country without consulting anyone, you do. This level of peace is the highest form of wealth a human being can achieve. A girlfriend threatens that wealth. Reason number 2. To many women in this age bracket, you are not a romantic partner. You are a retirement plan. Let's step away from the fairy tales and look at the brutal economic reality of aging. Millions of people reach their 50s and 60s completely unprepared for retirement. Many women who have gone through divorces, who spent years trying to find themselves, or who simply lacked financial discipline, suddenly look at the calendar and panic. The reality of working as a greeter at a supermarket until age 80 sets in. So, what is her survival strategy? She enters the dating market looking for a soft landing. She searches for a senior man who spent the last 40 years quietly building a nest egg, paying off his mortgage, and securing his pension. She will mask her intentions with romance. She will flatter you. She will make you feel like a king. But do not confuse survival hypergamy with genuine burning desire. She doesn't want you. She wants your infrastructure. Once she becomes your girlfriend, the extraction begins. First, it's expensive dinners. Then, she needs help with her rent. Then, she suggests moving into your fully paid-off home to save money. Before you know it, the wealth you bled for, the wealth that was supposed to protect your final years and secure your grandchildren's future, is being rapidly drained to subsidize the lifestyle of a woman who failed to plan her own life. You are not her Romeo. You are her rescue boat. Reason number 3. The legal system is rigged against you, and it will destroy what you have built. Many men over 60 think they are safe as long as they don't sign a marriage certificate. They think, I'll just have her move in as my girlfriend. No ring, no risk. This is a catastrophic, financially fatal assumption. Welcome to the trap of common law marriage and cohabitation laws. In many jurisdictions around the world, the moment a woman lives with you for a certain period of time, sometimes as little as 6 months to 2 years, the state legally recognizes her as a dependent partner. If the relationship fails and you ask her to leave, you will discover a terrifying reality. She can take you to family court. She can claim palimony or spousal support. She can claim that she grew accustomed to your standard of living. And a biased family court judge can forcefully slice your net worth in half, force you to pay her monthly alimony, and even grant her a portion of the house that is solely in your name. When a man is 30 and loses half his wealth in a divorce, it is a tragedy, but he has 30 years of working life left to rebuild. But at age 65, if a girlfriend takes half of your retirement via cohabitation laws, you cannot rebuild. You do not have the time, the energy, or the lifespan to start from zero. One wrong relationship at this age can literally force you out of a comfortable retirement and back into back-breaking labor until the day you die. The risk is astronomical. Reason number 4, the unromantic reality of aging. You will quickly transform from a romantic partner into a medical caregiver. When you start dating a woman in her late 50s or 60s, you are not buying into a future of endless travel and passion. You are buying a front-row ticket to biological decline. In this age bracket, romance rapidly devolves into healthcare. Statistically, as women age, they often require significant medical attention, surgeries, and chronic care. If you take her as your partner, her health problems become your burden. The years you saved up for traveling, playing golf, and enjoying your ultimate freedom will instead be spent sitting in sterile waiting rooms, managing her prescriptions, and playing the role of an unpaid nurse. You sacrifice your healthy years to manage her sick ones. But here is the darkest, most brutal psychological irony of all. If the roles are reversed, she is highly likely to abandon you. Sociological data and multiple medical studies have revealed a terrifying statistic. When a woman gets severely ill, her male partner almost always stays to care for her until the bitter end. But when a man gets severely ill, the risk of the woman initiating a breakup or divorce skyrockets. Studies show that a woman is up to 6 times more likely to leave a sick husband than a husband is to leave a sick wife. She is looking for a provider and a rock. The moment you become a patient, you lose your utility to her. Why would you sacrifice your freedom to nurse a woman who, statistically, would pack her bags the moment you get a grim diagnosis? Reason number 5. Your time is the ultimate, non-renewable currency. Let us do the brutal math of mortality. If you are 65 years old and you are fortunate enough to live an average, healthy lifespan, you have perhaps 15 to 20 summers left. That is it. 15 more times you will watch the snow melt. 15 more times you will feel the warm July sun on your face. When you were 20, you could afford to waste 5 years in a toxic relationship because you thought you had an infinite supply of time. You were a billionaire of days. But at 65, you are facing the end of the bank account. To take a girlfriend who brings drama, arguments, financial stress, or emotional manipulation into your life is the ultimate tragedy. You are not just losing money. You are losing life. You are taking the most beautiful, scarce, and precious years of your existence and throwing them into a fire. 10 years of absolute, undisturbed peace, where you wake up every single morning with a smile, is worth 1 billion times more than 20 years of living in a miserable, stressful, draining relationship. Your time is too expensive to spend on anything other than exactly what your soul desires. Society will continue to try and shame the solitary older man. They will point at you and say, if you don't find a woman, you are going to die alone. But listen to me closely. The fear of dying alone is a manipulation tactic used to force men into terrible deals. Everyone dies alone. The transition from this life to the next is a solo journey. The goal of your senior years is not to find someone to hold your hand on your deathbed. The goal is to live your remaining life with absolute dignity, boundless freedom, and unbreakable peace. The senior men who choose to remain single are not losers who gave up. They are elite strategists. They are protectors of their wealth, guardians of their health, and masters of their time. They have learned the ultimate lesson of male existence, that to be happily alone is 1,000,000 times better than being miserably attached. If you have lived through the harsh realities of dating after 60, or if you have found your ultimate peace in solitude, Let your voice be heard in the comments below. Share your wisdom with the younger men watching. If this video resonated with your soul, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with a brother who needs to hear this truth. Welcome to the elite circle of those who understand. Until next time, guard your sanctuary.